welcome back to a new video. This time we are looking at Naked Brands. We're going to be looking at how the stock moved yesterday and how it is doing so far today. Now don't get me wrong, we are very early into the day, so don't take this as a full analysis for the day, but we definitely can have a look at how it is moving so far and obviously reflect on what has happened yesterday, as we did not film a video on this stock yesterday. If that sounds like a good episode, guys, make sure to leave a like on it, of course, and subscribe, but do remember this is not financial advice. I am not your financial advisor, so you definitely should consult them before making any investments. But yes, now we are going to jump in. Do remember that I am also on Twitter at N2S Finance. You can follow us on our website called Markets-Daily. I post articles over there all the time, and when I do, I also do upload them to Twitter as well. So just follow me on Twitter. It's an easy way to get notified when new things do happen. But now we're going to jump in and look at the stock. So we're obviously going to start off on the more simple charts, as you guys will know by now. One thing I do want to highlight before we do even jump into the video looking at Naked is that fortunately on Yahoo Finance we do have an update down here looking at how a lot of the major indices for today have been moving. Now we can see, yes, we are early into the day, don't get me wrong, but we are seeing the S&P 500 following this trend of being down, seeing a little bit of an uptick so far. We're seeing this on the Dow as well, and we're also seeing this sort of on the Nasdaq. Now the Nasdaq does not appear to have found a hook yet and managed to climb back up, but you can see that so far today, unfortunately, the markets are down. We're looking at the S&P so far being down by 0.4%, the Dow is down 0.44%, and the Nasdaq down 0.85%. The Russell is falling harder than them all, down by about 1.24. This is something which you could potentially expect down there with the Russell, as this does track kind of a different sort of stock anyway, but there you go. So what I'm trying to highlight down here is that a lot of the markets so far are unfortunately down. Again, they do look to be finding a bit of a footing down here and potentially be climbing back up for the rest of the day. I do hope that is the case, but I think it will make sense when we look at Naked and follow this trend as well, because we can see Naked down here, in my personal opinion, does appear to be so far following the trend of the general market, which does make me feel a bit more okay about it. But regardless, what we are seeing today is opening up on about 53 cents. We're falling down now to the 52 cent exactly range, and that is where we are sort of stable at the moment. Now, the past 5 days for Naked has seen a big drop. You can see starting off last Wednesday, we can see the price was 58 cents, and now we are down to 51, almost 52. So we can see a big drop has happened in the past 5 days. In the past month or so, we have been falling consistently. We came down from these highs on the 28th. Price of 68 cents, so you can see a big drop has definitely occurred with Naked, and unfortunately Naked has kind of been bleeding out ever since those highs in January where we hit $1.65. So unfortunately, yeah, we are down ever since. We did see a bit of recovery down here for a small amount of time, bringing us back up to these highs where we saw the 80 cent range, but it didn't last and we did fall down a bit more. So things are not looking good for Naked on those charts, but let's have a look on the more technicals and see what we can read and decipher from these. So for this, I'm going to refresh the page to make things look a little bit more clear, because we can see the general trend is forming for the day, in my opinion. But yeah, when we look out to Naked down here, we can see the 1 day so far is seeing that bit of a drop. Now, as you would expect, the moving average so far is lagging behind that. That just makes sense, as you would expect, because, you know, this is kind of like a lagging indicator anyway. We have seen the RSI trend down here being pretty flat, but we are sat at 32. So bear in mind, guys, 20 is oversold. 32 definitely getting there. We're about 12 points away from being oversold. So that's what we're seeing so far. Hopefully we can find that footing like the general market did so far, and hopefully we can remain in this level, if not climb up for the rest of the day. I would love to see that, but there we go. It is still very early on, so a lot could happen. But what we are seeing down here on the past 5 days is a bit more clear. So past 5 day chart is showing us a moving average figure of 53 cents. That is quite a bit above where we are right now at 51, so you can see the drop has occurred mainly due to this fall off that we are seeing today, so hopefully that can be recovered from. I definitely think there is some potential for it to be, so far I am not too concerned, especially when it is mirroring the general market. Anyway, now we are coming very close to being oversold on the RSI. We are seeing an RSI figure of 25. That's literally 5 points away from being oversold on the 5 day chart. When we come out to the past month, we can see things a bit more clearly. There are some of my drawings from last time, but basically we are still seeing this trend. The moving average on the 50 day is sat at 62 cents. so it is significantly above where we are right now. Again, this is a lagging indicator, is a moving average of the past 50 days, so it is what you would expect, and the RSI figure down here at 38, so clearly on the 1 month we are not oversold yet, but we definitely are dipping down there, very very close. We came close to it down here when we were on a price of about 50 cent. At that point we touched 30 on the RSI, so very close in my opinion. And you know, if we do drop much more, we definitely could be running the risk of coming closer oversold range once again. And what we can see on the MACD trend down here becomes a bit more clear when we widen that out ever so slightly. Where we can see that the MACD trend is looking okay. It's pretty flat at the moment, but yeah, so far the pretty flat lines, not really too much to speak about on this 1 month chart, as we haven't really seen too much action in naked. Unfortunately though, it is still in the red, as you can tell. We saw that drop and it hasn't really came back into the green ever since. And yes, we do have some potential now. If you look very very closely, we could be dropping significantly lower, or ever so slightly lower I should say, on the MACD if you are looking at that as an indicator. So there you go for so far for naked for today. Things are moving down, unfortunately. They do continue to fall so far. Hopefully we can find a bit of a level where we are comfortable with the stock. Hopefully we can see a bit more growth going forwards into today, if not a relatively flat day. I just don't want to see naked fall by too much more. I think if we can remain above the 50 cent range, that's fantastic. If we cannot, things are looking a little bit unfortunate. I know naked brands has been falling for a long time. A lot of people say that a lot of factors do contribute to that. We're not getting into that in this video, but I do see that as well. I think naked over the long term, it has some potential. The company is trying to turn itself around, but we are seeing the share price now being defeated, unfortunately, for another day. We can see a lot of our stocks which we looked at this morning are turning red. We have HMC being flat. We have Naked, actually, which is this stock, is in the red clearly. We have Helion being in the red by about 4%, so unfortunate there. Even AMC down by about 6%. Lucid down by about 5.8%, so really it has been an unfortunate day so far when looking at the markets, but there we go. Thank you for watching. I'll see you soon, guys. Goodbye. So thank you for watching through till the end, but let me tell you about our Discord. So on your screen you will be seeing the N2S Finance Discord. Obviously it is split into multiple sections. Basically at the top we have updates from me and all that kind of good stuff. If you scroll down a bit further we have the main sections where we focus on cryptos, SPACs and other hot stocks including penny stocks, even stable growth stocks as well, and we even have a special AMC GME chat. If you scroll down you can see some research and DD from the community. We also have funny memes and you can see actual contributions from members down here. And again, if you do join us, it is completely free, link is down below. But if you do want to become a Patreon, you will actually get a pink sticker which will be displayed on your name. So your name will come up in pink as mine comes up in red down here, and that will show that you are a Patreon. But other than that, guys, you can join completely for free down below. You do not have to pay anything if you do not want to. Thank you for watching. See you soon.